celebrate life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, you're met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table, to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell. We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated. Designed with serenity and warmth, it provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful alternative to traditional burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
Castara tourists are found dead. Tourism Division condemns Castara murder, and licensing officer addresses rising traffic violations in Tobago. Good evening, I am Natalia Nancy Montrichet. Welcome to the Tobago Update Television News for Thursday, 27th November 2025. Now to our top story. Shortly after 11 p.m. on Wednesday, November 26th, police officers from the Maria district responded to a report of a wounding at Castara Depot Road, Tobago. The report was relayed through the Tobago Operational Center. Upon arrival, officers were directed by villagers to a concrete track of the main roadway, where they found the body of a Caucasian male lying motionless in a banana patch. The man was discovered in a prone position, wearing a blue shirt, black short pants, and a black wristwatch. A metallic object resembling a knife was seen lodged in the center of his back, with blood pooling beneath him and along the pathway leading to the scene. The deceased was later positively identified by his girlfriend as Chris Brown, 44, of Colorado, USA. The couple had been vacationing at Castara Retreats and were scheduled to leave Tobago on November 27th to return home. A district medical officer arrived at the scene shortly after midnight, examined the body, and officially pronounced the man dead at 3:07 a.m. The body was later transported to the Scarborough General Hospital mortuary, pending an autopsy. Several units, including homicide investigators, emergency response patrols, and crime scene officers, visited and processed the scene. The body was removed by funeral home personnel under police escort. Police have confirmed that one suspect is currently in custody as investigations continue under the Homicide Bureau, Tobago Region. In a media release, the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation has voiced deep sorrow and alarm following the tragic murder of a foreign national in the normally peaceful community of Castara. Extending heartfelt condolences to the victim's family and loved ones, the Division strongly condemned the violent act, emphasizing that it does not reflect the character, warmth, or values of the people of Tobago. Secretary Tasha Boris described the incident as devastating and reaffirmed the island's commitment to ensuring Tobago remains a safe, peaceful, and welcoming destination for all visitors. This marks the first incident of this nature in Castara, a village widely recognized for its safety and strong community tourism culture. The division has activated its visitor trauma response protocols and is collaborating closely with law enforcement to provide support to the affected family and assist with ongoing investigations. Following a noticeable increase in traffic violations across the island, Officer Juan Castellano of Licensing Division Tobago granted an exclusive interview to the Tobago Updates to address growing public concern. During the session, Castellano demonstrated the correct procedures that motorists are expected to follow and clarified several common misunderstandings related to road safety and vehicle compliance. Here are the details.
I'm Motor Vehicle Supervisor Juan Castellano. We're having a routine road check. Could I please see your driver's permit and insurance, thanks? And taxi driver, I can see a taxi driver's badge and license as well. Yes, you have to hand them to me now.
Officer Castellano emphasized that many breaches stem from simple misinformation, which can be avoided through proper education and consistent enforcement.
The frequent violations are numerous, to be truthful. You will find as it relates to categories, they are the most frequent base categories. For instance, you will get breach of a traffic sign, overtaking in a place not appointed, solid white lines, persons will overtake there and so on. Stop signs, persons will breach those. So those come under section 66B.
Castellano also highlighted the division's ongoing efforts to improve public awareness, noting that a well-informed driver population is key to reducing accidents and maintaining order on the nation's roads.
We work with the police in a couple of ways. The first and major one is joint exercises in law enforcement. So we would combine and have major road exercises either called by the police or by the licensing division. So the enforcement presents a presence that says, pay attention to the rules of the roadway. Then we have also educational aspects. It's a little less seen.
His message reinforces the need for continued education, responsible driving, and stronger compliance to ensure safer, more orderly roads across Tobago. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
We take a short break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Tobago! You also have an equal chance of winning the brand new ride for Christmas in a 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queen's Royal College.
I want a piece of pork. I want a piece of pork from me Christmas.
First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded Royal Ride Ford Ranger. Draw date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from islandetickets.com. Stumpy's Emporium Canaan, Cad Supermarket Lowlands, Terry Brown Supermarket Mount Pleasant, Pablo Supermarket Argyle, Miles Almondos and Company Limited Scarborough, Yachts Marketing, TV Mart Bonaccord, Cost Cutters, Sharon Bookstores Lowlands, Police Credit Union, Caribbean Jewelers Lowlands. For more info, call the college at 622-1671 or the hotline at 491-1802. Queen's Royal College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica from the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terence Baines, Prosperous Harry Bird, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Lord, I thank you.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Addressing the lower house, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadija Amin painted a picture of momentum. She assured Parliament that the cleanup of the unemployment relief program was not stalling but pressing forward and moving steadily. More in this report from Martina Renales Salazar.
In a sweeping restructuring effort, the government closed the unemployment relief program, leaving hundreds of workers abruptly displaced. Officials insisted the move was vital to stamp out corruption. Speaking in Parliament yesterday, Minister Khadija Amin laid bare the impact of over 900 people has already lost their jobs.
We met 928 workers on paper. Mr. Speaker, with the number of employees who never reported to work, some of them who were living outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Termination letters were issued for all 928 contract workers, some of them who, as I say, we couldn't even find them to give them a letter. Some of them only turned up to receive their letter. They was in jail.
Minister Khadija Amin told Parliament that audits are standard after terminations and every payment will meet financial rules.
I want to advise that audits and investigations are being conducted. It is standard when you have termination or end of any contract, whether it is in the public service or wherever it is, these things have to be audited before payments are made, and all the financial regulations and requirements will be adhered to by this law-abiding government.
The government insists the URP shutdown will be handled by the book and proper audits will be conducted to guarantee all disbursements follow the financial requirements. This is Martina Renales Salazar reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
It wasn't an easy mission. Officers spent hours crawling through cramped ceiling vents at the maximum security prison in Aruca. They emerged with a haul of contraband that reveals the hidden networks operating behind prison walls. In a social media post, officers highlighted that they found 62 cell phones, over 200 packs of cigarettes, 3 kilos of marijuana, and 8 grams of cocaine. Officers also seized weapons including screwdrivers, a hammer, a carving knife, and even a shortened cutlass. The list didn't end there. Digital scales, chargers, razor blades, tattoo needles, and more than $2,000 in cash were also recovered. Authorities say the crackdown highlights the scale of smuggling operations inside the prison. Investigations are said to be ongoing. In a media release 6 days after traveller Miss Mackenzie reported an unsettling encounter with immigration personnel at the Piaco International Airport, the Ministry of Homeland Security has confirmed that a full and impartial investigation has been launched. According to the ministry, the matter is being treated with utmost seriousness, and investigators will determine whether any immigration officer acted unprofessionally or breached established protocols. Should the findings confirm wrongdoing, officials have assured that the disciplinary measures will be taken in accordance with public service regulations and the policies of the Immigration Division. In response to the incident, the minister has also mandated the introduction of enhanced training and sensitization programs for all immigration officers. These initiatives will focus on strengthening customer service, improving disability awareness, and ensuring effective communication with travelers who require special assistance. The ministry stated that these improvements are aimed at raising the overall quality of service provided at the nation's borders. The minister expressed his appreciation to Ms. Mackenzie for coming forward and pledged that steps will be taken to prevent similar occurrences. The government of Trinidad and Tobago reiterated its commitment to providing all visitors with an experience that reflects the country's warmth, respect, and hospitality. Officials say the incident serves as a reminder of the vital responsibility carried by frontline officers and the need for continuous improvement. Trinidad and Tobago took a decisive step toward regulating its cryptocurrency sector Tuesday, as the Senate passed the Virtual Assets and Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill 2025 by a vote of 24-6, following nearly 12 hours of intense debate. The bill was passed in the House of Representatives on Friday 21st. Reporter Joel Green George has this story.
The bill's passage comes as Trinidad and Tobago prepares for a crucial Financial Action Task Force evaluation in March 2026, making it the first Caribbean nation assessed under FATF's fifth round standards. Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Dr. Swarat Singh, emphasized the urgency. However, the legislation sparked constitutional concerns. Opposition Senator Faris Alwari warned about potential right violations.
Your property right is going to be fettered because you can only buy and sell a virtual asset. You can only buy goods and services. You can't do anything else with it.
The bill imposes severe penalties up to $5 million in fines and 5 years imprisonment for violations, which Independent Senator Sadrif Budu called excessive, arguing it could deter legitimate business activity. Senator Anthony Vieira acknowledged procedural challenges, stating senators received voluminous amendments delivered only yesterday morning, undermining the deliberative and constitutional character of lawmaking.
I spent time preparing for today's debate based on the initial bill, but then had to start over from scratch in the face of voluminous amendments delivered only yesterday morning. Now, this was not just inconvenient, but it undermines the deliberative and constitutional character of lawmaking.
He also cited TNT's regulatory mandates.
The FATF does not mandate that a country must permit virtual assets. It mandates that if a country allows them, it must regulate them adequately. A jurisdiction may, on risk grounds, decide temporarily to disallow such activity.
The Securities and Exchange Commission will serve as regulator with authority to conduct compliance reviews and enforcement actions. The legislation aims to prevent money laundering and terrorist financing while addressing concerns about citizens using cryptocurrency to circumvent foreign exchange shortages. Minister Swarat Singh defended the approach.
This bill is part of a package of new legislation being introduced ahead of Trinidad and Tobago's assessment by the Caribbean Action Task Force, CFATF, in March 2026. Trinidad and Tobago is the first CFATF member to be assessed under the fifth round mutual evaluation process.
The bill now requires presidential assent before taking effect. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news when we return.
We waiting so long, the people missed the bacchanal.
Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme, One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Welcome back. Motorists across the nation were filled with excitement following the Prime Minister's announcement that a demerit point system would be scrapped. However, many were quick to celebrate without fully understanding the implications of this significant change. Officer Juan Castellano of the Licensing Division provided crucial insight, explaining the real impact of the decision on road safety and driver accountability. Here are the details.
Emphasized that while the removal of the system may ease certain administrative processes, it does not absolve drivers of their responsibility to follow traffic laws. He urged motorists to continue exercising caution and uphold safe driving practices, stressing that enforcement of penalties for violations remain in effect.
I have worked in the system before the demerit points, and I have worked after the demerit point system was in place. And I have seen the effect of both. The demerit points brought about an international perspective of how driving and law enforcement towards driving should be. It is my knowledge that it was not something ad hoc. They went abroad, 3 persons, and I think the commissioner included, I hope I have my
Disability
right
showdown.
He went abroad with them and they looked at a few models, modified it to suit the Trinidad environment.
Though the demerit point system has been removed, motorists are still strongly urged to settle all traffic fines promptly and responsibly.
Today we are noticing with the removal of that, and this is my opinion, not necessarily the belief of the licensing authority, you are seeing a regression from my own personal perspective, being on the road on a daily basis. So the demerit points now, and I would want to share this. Persons believe because the demerit points is removed, that automatically they are free to go, their demerit points doesn't count. From how I understand it, it was not retroactive. So
removing the demerit point system doesn't eliminate accountability. Motorists must remain responsible, obey traffic laws, and pay fines promptly. This is Aliyah Balgobin reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
The call for immediate comprehensive legislation to protect the rights of persons with disabilities dominated the Senate floor yesterday, pitting the urgency of legal protection against the government's record of financial support. Independent Senator Alicia Pauline Lalit Etienne moved the private member's motion demanding a strategic plan and a legislative framework within 12 months to dismantle pervasive barriers facing the community. Here's more from reporter Jewel Green George.
Senator Lalette Etienne, who is visually impaired, argued that while policies and conventions exist, they lack the legal authority necessary for enforcement, stating the current framework is insufficient after 63 years of independence.
I view a policy, this national policy, like a dog with no teeth. It would rush you, but it cannot bite. And when you don't have legislation to protect someone from discrimination, here is where you have people being discriminated and ill-treated.
The senator stressed that without domestic law, Trinidad and Tobago remains in breach of international commitments like the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. She questioned the government's commitment to Section 4 of the Constitution.
Without a domestic legislation, we are in violation of part of that Constitution. Also, the CRPD 2006 have 8 principles, and I am absolutely sure that we are in breach of some of those principles because there are no domestic legislation.
This legislative gap persists despite the Central Statistical Office recording approximately 52,244 persons with disabilities in the country. Nationally, the human cost is substantial, with up to 72% of persons with disabilities facing unemployment and the children with disabilities being 7 times more likely not to access education. In Tobago, where over 1,000 persons are registered, accessibility and service gaps remain a critical concern, as many national programs and the therapeutic center are primarily Trinidad-based. Responding to the motion, Minister of the People, Social Development and Family Services, Vandana Mohit, explained that the Persons with Disabilities Bill is already in advanced stages, highlighting a significant fiscal commitment.
In fiscal year 2026, the government has allocated $640 million specifically for the Disability Assistance Grant Program. This is a proactive and intentional budgetary decision.
For the upcoming fiscal year, the government has allocated $640 million for disability assistance grants, which will support disabled adults and children. While the minister maintained the administration is already operationalizing its commitment, the opposition accused the government of favoring a charity model over a rights-based approach. The debate on this major issue was adjourned, leaving the community of persons with disabilities still awaiting the definitive legislative timeline that will enforce their equality. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Tobagonians are getting a taste of the South American highlands this week as the Embassy of Peru, in collaboration with the Tobago Library Services, hosts the vibrant Southern Peruvian Andes exhibition. Launched last Monday, the showcase offers a deep dive into the artistry, history and traditions of Southern Peru, aiming to promote cultural awareness and tourism beyond the country's most famous landmarks. Reporter Jewel Green George has the details.
The exhibition, which was initially scheduled for 1 week but has been extended due to public demand, is housed in the atrium of the Scarborough Library facility. It showcases a diverse array of Peruvian culture, featuring photographs and artifacts from regions like Arequipa, Quezon, and Puno, including the high-altitude World Heritage recognized Lake Titicaca. Ambassador Claudia explained that the mission is to highlight Peru's expansive offerings.
Now, typically, Peru is known by many of their because of Machu Picchu. Everybody knows Peru, and when you speak with people and you say, I'm from Peru, they come and tell, Machu Picchu is the first thing it comes to people's mind. But Peru is much more than that, no?
The exhibition features images of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites, including the historic centers of Arequipa and Quezon and the other sections of the extensive Andean road system. A key highlight is the display of the traditional ceramic bowls, often placed on Peruvian rooftops, to represent peace, prosperity, and happiness.
These bowls represent our southern identity, and traditionally they are placed in the roofs of the entry of the homes, and they represent peace, prosperity, fertility, and happiness of the families.
The embassy's goal is to stimulate interest among Tobagonians of all ages.
By carrying this exhibition in the Scarborough Public Library, we at the embassy, the government of Peru, we hope that Tobagonians of all ages will be stimulated to learn about my country, about Peru, and maybe one day consider to take a trip to travel to my country. So that's very important for us,
In addition to the physical exhibition, the Embassy of Peru is hosting a bull design competition for primary and secondary students, encouraging them to unleash their creativity. The embassy is already planning future cultural exchanges, focusing next on Peru's Amazon region.
But we are willing seriously to keep working with Tobago, with the library, and to be able to continue bringing example and exhibitions of what we have to offer regarding tourism.
The free exhibition, a unique cultural experience, remains open to the public at the Scarborough Library facility until Friday. The display is a testament to the strengthening diplomatic and cultural ties between the Republic of Peru and the island of Tobago. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Fresh off his commanding victory at the 22nd National Youth Parliamentary Debate, Delano Daniel Jofield now carries the title of Best Debater 2025. His first place finish is more than just a trophy. It's a symbol of determination, discipline, and the rising power of youth voices across the nation. More in this report from Martina Renales Salazar.
In a sweeping restructuring effort, the government closed the unemployment relief program, leaving hundreds of workers abruptly displaced. Officials insisted the move was vital to stamp out corruption. Speaking in Parliament yesterday, Minister Khadija Amin laid bare the impact of over 900 people has already lost their jobs.
That I gave. So it was truly a surprise to me, but hard work pays off, and it is good.
Every so often, one worry lingers in the back of every traveler's mind. Will my bag make it with me? Caribbean Airlines says it has the answer. The carrier has introduced a free baggage notification system across its network, designed to give passengers peace of mind. In an online update, CAL has introduced a free baggage notification system across its network. Passengers will automatically receive an update at 4 key points in their journey: when their bag is checked in, when it's loaded onto the aircraft, when it's offloaded, and finally when it reaches the baggage carousel. The system even tells travelers exactly which carousel to collect their luggage from. Caribbean Airlines believes this innovation will make the flying experience smoother, more transparent, and more reliable for everyone on board. More news and the weather report when we return.
Who said the elderly can't have fun too? We're talking good food, proper music, lots of games, and a day at the beach they will never forget. From the time we left the compound at Heavenly Care Home for the Elderly, the vibe was already established. Wheels up and seatbelts on. Watch now, when we touched down in Pigeon Point, everybody was ready for excitement. But before anything could take place, we had to secure bellies. You ever play bingo by the beachside? Well, that was the first activity on the roster, and boy did these seniors have fun. However, others wanted something more physical, so we brought out the ring toss, and not even arthritis could have stopped them. Well, I was blown away at how straight these people were. Are you sure this is a home for the elderly? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, but nothing beats the song of Good Steel Pan by the shores while we take a dip in Tobago's finest water. Wait, more food again? This is my type of event. The energy was amazing and nothing short of a blessing. Pick up Heavenly Care Home for the elderly, because joy doesn't retire, laughter doesn't age, and memories like these last forever.
To a stranger.
We waiting so long, the people miss the bacchanal. Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblymen, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny. Goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Welcome back. Accra, Ghana has just concluded the landmark inaugural Creatives Connect Africa Festival and Forum, a 3-day event championed by the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat. The event, which ran from November 24th to 26th, positioned the continent's film, music and fashion sectors as key catalysts for intra-African trade and unified markets of 1.4 billion people. Reporter Joel Green George has the details.
Tobago had a front row seat to this economic and cultural paradigm shift, represented by multi-talented artist Sav. The AFC-FTA's focus on the creative industry reflects its status as one of the fastest growing sectors in the world. The forum's core objective was not merely recognition, but to dismantle trade barriers, harmonize policy, and secure investment for artists and entrepreneurs. Zav, who participated in both policy discussions and the festival's main stage, confirmed that the gathering went far beyond mere photo opportunities, focusing on actionable solutions.
Really connecting, not just taking pictures together, but really building bridges and stronger networks for movement between the Caribbean and Africa, and also even on the continent itself, like building stronger bridges for people to pass through.
Zav served as a voice for the entire Caribbean diaspora, speaking on a panel on the 24th that addressed strengthening the historic and cultural bridge between the two regions. The following night, he was the sole Caribbean act on the festival stage, which featured artists from across Africa, including South Africa and Nigeria.
The other artists from across the continent, South Africa, Kazaka from Nigeria, not Nigeria, Kazaka from South Africa, Jire, Sabrina, artists from around the region. I was the only artist there from the Caribbean, so I know I showed up and represent for Tobago properly.
The presence of a Tobago artist alongside the Tobago Creatives Agency underscores a renewed effort to leverage culture as an economic resource, aligning with the AFCFTA's mandate to transform creative potential into tangible prosperity. For ZAV, the mission aligns perfectly with regional goals at home, emphasizing the need for greater mobility and action for the diaspora.
I'm just looking forward to continuing the effort to, do the same thing we're trying to do in the Caribbean, which is, building stronger bridges for our people to move through the region.
As the forum closes, its organizers have outlined a continental map focusing on integrated market access, innovative financing, and intellectual property protection. The CCA event signals a decisive moment where African leaders and creatives are actively constructing the systems necessary for the continent's cultural influence to translate into lasting economic success, with Tobago taking part in shaping that future. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
Every day we bring you closer to the issues that matter most. The second debate on the Stand Your Ground legislator took place in Parliament today. Tobago East MP David Thomas has signaled his support for the bill, which would give citizens the legal right to use deadly force against intruders without a duty to retreat. For our social media poll today, we asked, should motorists who are involved in road traffic accidents face stricter penalties to improve safety on our roads? 17% voted yes, revoke the license. 65% voted somewhat, suspend them from driving for a period of time. 17% voted possibly, charge them and require them to return to driving school. And 1% voted no, give them a warning and let them go. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight, mostly fair and breezy conditions are expected, with only a few isolated light to moderate showers developing in confined areas. Skies will remain generally settled and no significant rainfall is anticipated outside of these brief showers. Tomorrow will be mostly fair, with sunny and breezy periods throughout the day. A few partly cloudy intervals may bring light to moderate showers over some areas, particularly during the afternoon. There is a low to medium chance of an isolated thunderstorm forming, mainly over southern parts of Trinidad. In the vicinity of any heavier showers or thunderstorms, gusty winds, street or flash flooding, and brief ponding may occur. By tomorrow night, conditions should return to mostly fair, with only the odd isolated shower. The maximum temperature tomorrow is forecast to be around 32 degrees Celsius at Piaco and 31 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Seas will be moderate, with waves between 1.5 and 2 meters in open waters, occasionally reaching up to 2.5 meters near the Leeward Islands, and near 1 meter, becoming choppy at times near showers in sheltered areas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:07 and sunset at 5:40. And that brings us to the end of our newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. Castara tourist found dead. Tourism Division condemns Castara murder. And licensing officer addresses rising traffic violations in Tobago. I'm Natalia Nancis. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.